Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mortem. This is our V5 Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. We're playing in the Dark Ages, my favorite setting. And we are on episode 4 of our particular chronicle. And things have been going a little rough for the for our characters. In our last episode, a Ventrue elder by the name of Roland Durocher was found dead. Apparently poisoned by some mysterious flowers that made their way into the Venetian Council building, and it seems like our poor characters have been implicated. Who are those characters you want to ask? Well, we'll go ahead and meet them in a second. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad you found us. Please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and meet our characters. We're missing 2 of them tonight. Matt and Nanad are a little under the weather, weren't able to make it, but we have 3 players here ready to soldier on through the Dark Ages. So I'm going to first introduce Diver.
Hey, I'm Diver. I am playing Vincent VV Valorissimo, and he is upset. He is. He's upset. This is the worst job he's ever been on. He hasn't even gotten paid yet, and now he's been implicated as someone who's committed a murder, which he hasn't, and it doesn't even bear his signature mark. So he's just a little upset, that nobody recognizes that.
So what you're saying is if he had did it, he fully would have admitted it.
He absolutely would have claimed credit because this is what he does. He has a reputation to maintain. So yeah, this is clearly not his work. And shoddy. It's just not the way he would have done it. So, yeah.
I love it. All right, let's meet Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Iskra, and she's very upset about being beneath the grounds of a church, even. So she's a little freaked out for a while.
Okay. And last, Marissa.
Yeah, I'm playing Zoya Karpova. She's not thrilled with the situation either. Her first sort of mission off on her own away from her sire, and it's not going so well. So yeah, it's we're kind of trapped. And,
things things could go better. As we begin the scene, the characters are still locked up in their chambers, but they did receive some sort of good news. Guillermo, who is the second in command to the Prince of Venice, has come and has stated that that there is some reasonable suspicion of the characters, but that the prince has charged them with a violation of the traditions of Cain. Obviously, you cannot kill another Cainite, and is using the circumstantial evidence of the character's possession of the bloodroot flowers against them. There are several Cainites who, including Tommaso, the La Sombra elder, and his sort of sparring partner, Lonzo von Sushin, who both have their both kind of level charges against the coterie. First off, namely, the character, Roland, was poisoned, and it's very hard to poison a Cainite. But these bloodroot flowers contain a substance that can be poisonous even to the undead, and that is what caused his blood within his body to actually just turn to dust. So it really appears to have been a very gruesome and very painful way to meet their final death. But nonetheless, they have fought for their innocence, stating that they're innocent, that they did not do anything. Now, Guillermo actually tells them really not to worry, which is kind of funny, but he's saying that Lonzo's case is weak and it seems unlikely to succeed. As outsiders, the characters are convenient scapegoats for this most heinous crime. But nonetheless, the prince cannot let any charge, no matter how frivolous, go unheard. He's going to hear a case against the coterie, if only really to just maintain the peace. Gamma also adds that the solution is an equitable one, given that the current situation in Venice has been very, very tense. He will then escort them out of their chambers and into the prince's audience chamber. Now, before we move to that scene, what I'd like to do is let's go back to our players and see what each character is kind of thinking, potentially, possibly even planning before they go into their trial.
Well, so out of character, I'm curious. Like, I chose the alternate clan bane of hierarchy, where it's literally like I'm at a penalty to do anything, like to attack another vampire, like of a lower generation, or like it's like, so it's like I'm just trying to think about like how, like in character, like for her to express that, like that this would go against like everything that like is sort of like a part of who she is and the Ventru that she's, you know, how she's been trained really to, you know, to be a member of her clan. So I think that's where she's going to be kind of trying to come out.
Well, and she did benefit from her reputation in some cases. She was not stripped of her possessions. Typically, yeah, she would have been. So her reputation does benefit her and some of the coterie. Vivi is still under heavy suspicion. Again, yeah, and he does state, hey, if I did it, I would have claimed it, you know.
I would have signed my work. Yeah, and he's just so upset about that. But, if you're asking me what his mental thought is, like, he realizes that he's been caught up in a framing here. He's unhappy about it. This has gotten in the way of not only his paycheck, but his freedom. and so, you know, he could be enjoying the fruits of Venice, the rich delights that the city holds for him, but instead he's trapped in an underground dungeon with a bunch of Ventru and other sundry types. And
yeah,
I mean, nobody wants to be locked in a box with a bunch of Ventru. Let me just tell you. You know?
This Ventru stuck up for you.
Right.
I was going to say. My only
and Iskra is not a Ventru.
So he's like, you know, but he does realize that he can't kill his way out of here. Probably. You know, the odds are stacked. Yeah. So it would definitely be legendary if he did. But like, he realizes this might be beyond his capabilities. So the next best thing is to say, okay, first of all, I mean, he's going to make his case again that this isn't his work because it hasn't been signed. He signs all his work. Everybody can tell you this. And also that he has not an inconsiderable amount of investigative skills. Like, in other words, he would be willing to work for the prince to find out who actually did this. I realize that he might not take the offer to allow the person who's suspected of the crime to solve the crime. But, you know, like, he's like, these are my abilities. I'm good at finding people. And, and I can actually do good work here if you let me. So, yeah, he'll try to figure a way to at least say, look, I'm serving you. I can fix this, you know, it's not me. Give me just one chance to find someone else and kill them for you.
Okay.
The answer is always killing people.
Yes, that seems to be his MO. How about Iskra?
Iskra is hoping she doesn't have to go through the church to go talk to the prince because she kind of has issues with churches.
Well, the church is really above you, but there is still, crosses,
iconography and everything.
Exactly, throughout the place. So, where they are actually being taken to is a separate room they have not been to. This is actually the prince's personal audience chamber. And it's even more opulent than those that they've already seen in other places. The mosaics covering the walls and floors are flecked with gold, and statues stand in different alcoves. Narcissus himself sits upon a ornate episcopal throne made of walnut wood and decorated with inlays of ivory, mother of pearl, colored wood, and precious stones. The prince dresses in red robes that look like those of a Byzantine patriarch, including a gold, I guess, staff. Some of these words, I am using a supplement. Some of these words, I don't know. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Well, staff will work.
Staff or scepter, we're going to say that,
Okay.
that sits by his side. He kind of he looks tired when you walk in. He is in his appearance is of an older man, but you've seen he doesn't typically move like someone who looks like his age. But this whole situation does seem to be weighing upon him. And as they walk in, he kind of just sits up and he begins to just kind of move his eyes across them. Now, a couple other characters do walk in. Guillermo came in with you. Lonzo and Tommaso come in, followed by Lucita, who is a Spanish La Sombra who travels with Tommaso. But they kind of stand away from the characters, probably kind of halfway between the prince and the coterie. People, one thing you do notice again is you notice that Lonzo and Tommaso now seem to be in agreement of the guilt of the characters, which again is interesting, that given the night before they were really kind of sparring with each other. They do ask, though, to kind of make an opening statement, and actually Lonzo kind of starts with his opening statement, excuse me. Long day, talking too much. That the biggest piece of evidence against them is the flowers that they possess, that they were brought in by the coterie and are still in their chambers, and that this is just the biggest suspicion against them. Lonzo does state that VV, as he calls himself, has stated openly that he wouldn't do this kind of work for free. But do we know that perhaps they have another partner, someone we have not seen yet? Perhaps another force guides them. And he kind of just pauses there. There's a murmur in the chamber that, yeah, the flowers are. It does look bad that they have the flowers. Now, Narcissus, I always say his name wrong, will ask the coterie. Oh no, excuse me. He asks Lonzo and Tommaso, have you seen any of the coterie with the flowers in hand, carrying them from place to place, handling them, perhaps working on some kind of alchemical solution to create a poison? Have you seen them do these things? To which Lonzo says nothing. Tommaso looks over at Lonzo and does sigh and say, I did not see them carrying them. I only know that they were found in their chambers. And then Narcissus says, Well, who then makes the charge against these Cainites that the flowers are theirs? If no one saw them carrying them in, and no one saw them doing anything with them, then how can we confirm that poison was made by these same 5 Cainites in front of me? To my knowledge, none of them knew Roland du Rocher before last evening. To which Lonzo again says nothing, but then he does turn to Anna Sigorna and asks her to step forward. The prince asks Anna, have you seen the characters? Let's get the characters, Jesus.
Try again.
Have you seen the accused with the flowers in their possession? To which she does say, yes. When I escorted them into the cathedral, they had them in their possession. One, when she looks over at Vivi, had a flower in his teeth. To which the prince will say, do you believe this makes them guilty, though? Anna looks at the floor, as if choosing her words carefully. I did not see them making poison, Your Highness, or utilizing them in any sinister fashion. Yeah, well. So I do not believe that makes them necessarily guilty. Lonzo then says, I don't believe that comment should be taken into consideration. They had the flowers. They are an unknown quality, including one is a known assassin. Narcissus cuts him off and says, I disagree. Is there any more substantial evidence that can be brought forward to prove that these 5 have willingly conspired to kill Roland du Rocher? And there's no response from Lonzo or Tommaso. And it's still a little tense, but you notice, actually, that's where I might want to roll from somebody.
Okay.
Because if anyone would try to read Tommaso's body language, that would probably be...
Is it awareness or insight?
Give me insight. Probably intelligence and insight.
I've got no insight, but I'm going to roll anyway. So.
Okay, go for it.
I only have 1 point, but it's worth a shot.
And I'm going to surge here just to give myself a little extra. I'm going to call on the powers of the beast to read this person. See what that can tell me.
What was the roll for? Sorry.
Intelligence and insight.
Okay.
One success for Zoya, so.
And insight.
You're gonna need more than that, unfortunately. Yeah, you want to do insight and then intelligence.
Okay. Looking for it. Sorry.
That's okay.
There's insight. Okay, and then intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I did not roll that.
No, that's BV. No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Not so good, I think. I don't know.
You got 2.
I did? Okay.
Yep, you got 2.
Okay.
Vivi got 3, and Zoya got 1. Vivi, you're a people person, and you often watch your targets sometimes from a distance, sometimes up close. And you can tell Tommaso is starting to look a little deflated almost, in that perhaps he doesn't believe either that the coterie is guilty. That maybe the evidence is starting to come out that maybe he jumped the gun a little bit.
He's going to whisper to his two colleagues, his two companions, this insightful information that he's gleaned from Tommaso's body language. And you can tell. Look at the way he holds his head. Look at how his posture is a bit slumped. He's turning. Yeah.
Are you actually really trying to be subtle, or are you like?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. In fact, he's making an attempt to be subtle. Whether he actually is or not is another question altogether. So, like, the attempt is the pantomime of subtlety is being enacted here, but not necessarily pulled off successfully. I don't know. Like, you know, if you want to roll for that, I'm happy to do so. But like, yeah, he feels like he's talking quietly and things like that. But yeah, he may not be. You know, maybe the whole room can hear what he just said. I don't know.
If they can, they haven't really said anything. But you do notice, everyone does notice that Lucida, who's standing behind Tommaso, looks disgusted at this point.
Well, she hasn't been happy since the whole thing started, so I don't blame her.
So that the case appears to be crumbling.
That's too bad, really. You hate to see it happen. Yeah. Gosh, what a tragedy! You know, like. He obviously Vivi's going to wait for a dramatically appropriate moment to offer, like, if the case falls flat and they still have the matter of finding out who did the crime, he will step into that space and go, now that I have been vindicated, you know, I would like to offer my services, and at a reduced discount price, indeed, you know. So yeah, but not until it's appropriate. Yeah. He would read the room there.
Yeah.
Lonzo seems to be almost ready to double down on his charges when Narcissus stands and holds up a hand to address chamber. As Prince of Venice, I must remain objective in all matters such as this. None of us can say that the murder of a fellow Cainite is not a grave matter. And I agree that the perpetrators must be found and punished. Above all, justice must be done. But now is not the time for easy answers or quick solutions. As he says this, Lonzo, practically veins just busting out of his head, just shouts, "No, I do not agree with this. Please, your highness, do not let the murderers of my clanmate escape unscathed." Guillermo, in his role as almost sergeant of arms, orders silence. Prince glares at Lonzo, like, how dare you speak out of turn in front of me? You did not let me finish, Lonzo. I have no intention of letting these 5 go, at least not yet. The evidence against them is circumstantial at best, but is the only evidence that we have, and it does implicate them. However, I am just, and I will offer these 5 an opportunity to prove their innocence. You will have 3 nights in which to uncover evidence that exonerates you. This evidence must be clear and unequivocal. I do not require that you find the true murderer, but you must bring me enough proof and evidence of your innocence. You will have total freedom to act as you wish during these 3 nights. However, any attempt to leave the city admits to an admission of guilt. You must remain within Venice. Assuming that you should escape, which is highly unlikely, a blood hunt will be declared against all of you, as required by the tradition. I will not tolerate any further deaths in my domain, be they mortal or Cainite. To disobey this will incur my wrath. Lonzo still seems a little pissed off and tries to argue this. Prince is basically ignoring him and is starting to talk to the 3 of you. Excuse me, well, the 5 of you.
5. Mm-hmm.
5, yeah. Could someone give me a... yeah, you know what? Let's just give one more intelligence and insight roll at Tommaso. Okay, 2. Okay. Anybody else?
I don't know if I rolled mine or if I
That
forgot
is
to roll
a
it.
straight terrible roll, and I also got to
Yeah.
rouse a couple times from my surges there.
Okay.
Okay, that's something.
Okay. Well, you did get something, Jen.
Mm.
Possible bestial failure.
Okay.
The idea of
Mhm.
not really being free, you feel that you've been put on a leash for 3 nights. Bruh your blood.
It's this church. That's what it is.
as
I don't know if it is.
a venture as a
Bruja.
Yeah, I'm sorry. As a bruja, this deeply offends you.
Mm-hmm.
And your claims of innocence apparently have not been enough. But it's up to you if you want to say something or not.
I'm just gonna sit here and look grumpy.
Okay.
Can I, if it's okay with Iskra, if Zoya can kind of sense, I think she's gonna
Probably.
sense for Iskra when Iskra's starting to get like, she's gonna try to like, gonna try to distract her and take the attention off, and she's gonna step forward and kneel down on one knee in front of the prince and just be like, Your Excellency, I swear on my honor as a knight that I am innocent of any of these charges, and we will absolutely secure whatever proof is necessary to assure you that of our innocence, and if possible, even aid you in finding out who the real culprit is.
And he nods. This is on your honor. I accept these words. He does kind of give Vivi kind of a glance. And he's oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Vivi's really glad that Zoya went forward and put it upon her shoulders and her honor. That we will do this thing. It's always good to have someone else take the fall if we fail. He's good with that. But he will of course add the necessary political flourishes, to say that his Highness's grace and sense of mercy and justice is boundless and infinite, and all the flowery words his Toreador heritage can muster. And he'll basically say that, of course, he will aid his compatriots in the task of, and the prince, for the prince primarily, in resolving this matter as quickly and as efficiently as possible. He has only one question. It's a question. It's not a request.
Mm-hmm.
That if we do find, beyond a reasonable doubt, the culprit, would it be satisfactory to the prince and to the court to summarily execute said individual?
No.
Okay, fair enough. They have to be kept alive. It's not usually the way I do things, but okay. I'll accept it.
And the prince will say, how often do you kill Cainites?
I only when I'm told to. Only when I'm contracted to. As things happen. There are other princes obviously in the realm, and sometimes they don't like certain people, and then they call somebody like me in and ask me to take care of it. You know how it is. He's gonna these things happen.
He will just put his hand over his face and just say,
I must confess, Prince, not all princes are as boundless or merciful or possess a sense of justice as you do. This is what keeps the market strong. So yeah,
I think Praetor will put a hand on you and just hold him back and say, "Stop talking."
It's all good. I won't kill anybody. I heard you.
Zoe is just Zoe's got she's got Iskra on one side, ready to go into a rage, and then Vivi over here won't shut the hell up. And it's just
this big old hook coming out like this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of what the characters can do, there's a couple different, basically, options that that you can start with, and that's why I wanted to kind of go through some of this tonight. You can examine his body. You'd already looked at him once, but you weren't really allowed to touch him. You would be allowed to examine him a little closer. You would be able to examine the crime scene, Roland's chambers. They are actually in a different section of the building that you have not been allowed to go to. You would be allowed to go there and examine the crime scene. And you would be able to interview other council attendees, who some of them have been accusing you. Now you'd be able to actually speak with them and interview them to start to piece together some information. Maybe they're implicated. Maybe they're pointing fingers at you, when possibly they're behind the deed.
Group huddle?
Yes, that's what probably a lot of this episode will be, is a group huddle.
Yeah.
So.
All right. He's going to quickly lay out that he has not inconsiderable skills at investigating, so any kind of investigation checks he's good at, because it's kind of part of how he hunts and everything. So he's happy. Vivi's happy to look at the body and the crime scene if investigation checks will help there. He's, ironically enough, for a Toreador, he's not exactly, maybe, I know that this hasn't actually come out and been apparent already, but he's not exactly the best people person. One would never guess from a rose that this is not, they're not exactly the best. It's all his time killing people that probably got in the way of that. But, so maybe interviewing people isn't the best role for him. So, yeah.
Maybe I don't know. This is quite honestly way above my head. I don't ever lie about anything. I don't this kind of to try to sort something out like this, it doesn't even, I'm good at talking to people. I mean, I'm good at leadership. I'm good at I guess sometimes intimidating people. I'm happy to try to help with the interviewing, but like I don't. It's difficult because I don't have any sort of devious bone in my body, and so to try to sort out this sort of mess is, I feel, a little bit out of my.
I think you're perfect. Just give her the vote of approval, like the VV vote of approval. I think you're perfect. Interrogation doesn't require deviousness. You just need to grill them and be nice to them, by turns, whatever you feel like, good cop, bad cop. Maybe Iskra can help. I don't know.
Yep.
So yeah, like one roughs them up, one it's like, look, I'm trying to hold this person back. Look, the Bruja's about ready to rip your arm off. I don't know. So so I mean, it could be pretty good there, and I can kind of go all CSI on this medieval CSI on this crime scene. So. But I'm happy to help with the interviews too. I just hope I don't mess them up, because sometimes I don't get along with people in that way. You saw the hammers incident. That's all I'm saying.
I did. Yes, I did.
Way more comfortable if we were just like, let's solve this by trial by combat.
Right, I agree with you. I'm good at killing people. Like, I feel like that's a great. Yeah, I'm same page. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the prince is going to allow that.
No dueling.
No,
well,
no
not
old
that.
age, no dueling, no represented. Like, this isn't like John Wick, where you can just like consider a duel represented by families and everything.
I mean, that's something you can keep in mind as a suggestion, but all that does is further delays things, and also further makes it look like, are they really guilty and they're just trying to kill their accusers? You're trying to clear your name, not go, well, I didn't do it and I'm going to kill you because you said I did it. So
yeah. So I mean, I guess we'll save challenging someone to a duel, for offending my honor as like a last resort.
And I will back your play on that one. I'll do it for free.
Do you do anything like that for free, though?
In this case, I would make an exception.
All right.
He's annoyed enough now.
Yeah, for Zoya's honor, of course.
Right. I'm sure she can take care of herself just as well, though.
And there is no right order to do things in. You could interview people first, you could check the crime scene, you could check the body. There's no like you have to do it in a particular order.
Is the body still at the crime scene?
It was brought into the chambers where you guys saw it. So it was removed from his chambers. But you are allowed to examine his chambers because you never got a chance to see that. The body was brought to you. So
all right.
May I ask a stupid question? Like, is there any advantage at all to like doing these in a particular order, perhaps?
There's no particular order you have to do them in.
So I mean, if we do some investigation first, it might give us some more information on which to base the interrogations on. Like,
I agree with that line of thinking.
Yeah, that would work.
Speaking for Praetor, his personal opinion, and again, Matt, you can tell me if I'm wrong, the longer you leave the crime scene unexamined, the greater chance someone could change something there. But again, this is medieval CSI. We're thinking, the 21st century versus, this century. So that would be...
a cleaning person could go in there and just start tidying up, and I just don't want that. Yeah, so
maybe we start with the crime scene. I could put some of my women at arms on guard of the body, just to keep an eye, while we do that. Then we can take a closer look at the body and then see if we've learned anything that would help us target our interrogation.
Okay.
I like that.
That sounds like a fair plan. So, okay.
Leadership.
Yeah, and that's where you're gonna, you know, that may be your strength, and that we know that's her strength is delegation. Maybe you go do this, you go do this.
Typical
She's
Ventru.
totally like internal, like she's kind of like geeking out, like they're listening to me, like.
No, Ventru Beast there is like, I'm liking this a whole lot.
I'm the youngest one here. They're listening to me. Anyway.
Okay. So you want to first look at the body or go to the crime scene?
Crime scene.
We're gonna put
Crime
guards
scene.
on the body, and we're gonna
Okay.
go look at the crime scene.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go look
Alright.
too.
And I think I'll take Christina, who is not like she's not the combatant one. I'll take her with us if that's possible, because she's the one that has. She's the one that's just like we keep around because she's very knowledgeable, and mostly she just likes to chronicle our stories. But she's got a lot of background in medicine from her father and science, and she's way smarter than me.
Okay.
I would actually like to speak with her at some point. Just her.
Oh
and me.
yeah, I bet. Speak with her, BB.
I need the story chronicled in a certain way, so like I can help.
Is that how you're interpreting it?
All right. They who are thou? They will be taken to another section of the building, or excuse me, the underground technically, where the Ventru had their chambers, and they are.
Are they opulent?
They are opulent, yes. Slightly better than yours, and when you're brought over there by, we'll say the regular ghoul who's been like your attendant, he takes you over there, and he mentions that this particular wing of the compound is attended to by a family, the Mosaikios. It sounds Greek. But they are a family of ghouls who have been serving the prince and any kind of high-ranking Cainites of this area of Italy. They are. Again, they were the ones who were working that night, or excuse me, well, that essentially that evening when Roland was found.
So they're not trustworthy at all.
So when you get there, several of the ghouls are just kind of standing, basically just kind of waiting for to be given orders. None of them meet your gaze. They all are trained to not meet the gaze of the Cainite masters, to only basically speak when spoken to.
They're a family of ghouls?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I did not know that was possible.
Yes, there are ghoul families who essentially pass the addiction on to their children, and they are basically bred to serve Cainites. And this particular family is originally from Greece, but has family members here who serve in the prince's compound. Basically, like the VIPs. So.
Where do we begin?
They will show you into his chamber, Roland's chamber.
Have they been searched at all? Like, are any of them
No,
carrying
don't.
flowers?
Don't.
They might be carrying flowers. We don't know. Like, they're certainly not innocent. They're ghouls,
Well, not all ghouls are evil. I mean, I've had
But
one
these
that-
might be. You never know.
I could have a chat with them while you're looking
Okay.
about the.
I think that would be an excellent idea. Maybe even just intimidate them a little bit. Like
Or
scare.
Maybe
Just-
start out with some kindness, VV.
Right. Yeah, that too. That's also a way you could do it. Yeah. I'm not dismissing that as an option. No, I mean, he's gonna walk into the room.
I'm gonna follow him to make sure.
Keep an eye on him,
Badly.
Iskra.
Yes, I've been trying since I've gotten that letter. So. All right, I'm gonna follow him in.
Okay.
Christina can go in with and give a hand.
Oh,
That
that'd be nice.
investigation as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So are you going to address? There's 4 ghouls there. Are you going to address all 4? Are you going to pick out the sketchiest looking one? What's kind of the strategy?
Yeah, right. Right. I would say she would try to figure out which one looks like the most approachable, but she's so bad at reading people that probably won't be helpful. But is there one or more females?
One is female, and then the other 3 are male. One appears to be older than the others. Ghouls, the blood does allow them to stay younger. They do age, but much slower than a Cainite. So you see one who might be like the uncle or the oldest one, and in these days you assume that age brings rank. So you would probably assume the old guy is probably in charge.
Okay. I'll start with him then, I guess.
Okay. Or you could follow your brother's advice. So.
Yeah, following my brother's advice usually.
Oh no!
This is what I'm talking about. I'm glad that our audience is in line with my line of thinking. Yeah. Same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
He sees you. He can basically just feel your presence. Looking at him, he will look up, and he says,
What's your name?
My name is John.
John? Oh. It's good to meet you.
Yes. It is an honor to serve.
How long have you been in service to the prince?
A good 25 years, ma'am.
So you probably have a good knowledge of a lot of the people that come in and out.
Yes.
I described the woman that gave us the flowers that met us at the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like someone that you've ever seen or heard of?
And he thinks back. And he's like, No. I mean, we don't typically let just anyone come in here. Give me a wits and insight, please.
Oh god.
He's totally lying.
This is a noob question.
Mm-hmm.
What is this surge thing that you keep talking about where you're able to like boost your
server's down.
So
Yeah.
I can answer that. So what it is in V5 you can surge. So basically what you do is and there goes our server.
It's
Yeah,
gone
that's fine.
now.
So what happens is you can surge and give yourself 2 extra dice.
Okay.
And then after you do the roll, you make a rouse check to see if
Okay.
you get hungrier. So that's kind of how you do it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. That seems new. I don't remember that from.
Yeah, it is. It's a V5.
Forever.
It's a
Okay,
5th
yeah.
edition thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I make use of it very liberally as long as I have like enough food around, which it seems like we do. So, yeah. 'cause
Okay, I'm
you get hungrier
gonna try
faster.
that.
Yeah.
One of my dice comes back here. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, I would just add a +2 to my roll, and then
Yep.
after that, roll a rouse check. Okay.
Yep, exactly. You just do a +2 modifier to your roll and then roll a rouse check afterwards.
Okay. While we're waiting for that, sorry,
It happens.
Iskra,
Hmm.
were you? I think you were following Vivi.
Following Vivi into whatever is in the room.
Okay. Again, it is an opulent room, well kept. You are doing your best to avert your eyes from the religious symbols that are in here.
Yep.
I wasn't going to mention them, but
You do see that by the bed, there is a pile of black dust. And this looks very similar to the black dust that you saw on Roland's body, around his eyes, his mouth, where his blood had basically just dried up on him. And what it looks like is like some of it probably poured out of him onto the floor.
like,
Like in a way, maybe he did kind of puke it up. So.
Yeah.
Don't touch that.
But he wants to. He wants to poke at it, or brush it, or something.
No.
Maybe with a stick.
No.
Yeah.
Just leave it be.
I'm cluing for looks.
Now, is there anything else you would like to look at in the room?
There are things I don't want to look at in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a wits awareness check or maybe an intelligence awareness check to see if there's other things that stick out, or maybe an investigation check, because I do that even better. I don't.
Yeah, if you have your character sheet there, you can just use that, and if you have dice there, just go ahead and roll them in the meantime.
Yeah, that server is still starting up, so I'm just gonna
It
get
is
my
still
dice. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
I'll get my ancient first edition.
Yeah.
Vampire Nights Out.
That's the only thing I don't like with this foundry is the server goes down after
It just
about
drops
an
right in
hour.
the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's taken a while, so
Yeah. I don't have my character sheet in front of me, but I can probably get it.
that's fine, Jen. We can.
I mean, I can wait. I don't even know what dice I'm using right now. Oh, hey, it's up.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So you guys may have to
Log
you may
in
have
again.
to go
Log in.
back into it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's all right.
I just wish it would go down when we
Right.
weren't rolling dice. Like if it was a big speaking point, and then it could, I could just quick. But it's always okay. Let's roll. Nah.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you're not gonna do that at all.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
it's up.
It's up. Yes, we got it. All right, so I'm going to do an intelligence investigation.
I did that wrong. Hold on. There we go.
Intelligence investigation. With a surge.
Okay.
Because why not? There we are. That is a lot of failure. I want to re-roll 3 of those dice.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Or I guess since it doesn't allow you to do that, I guess I'll just re-roll the whole thing.
Yeah. And one of your rousing was a 0 success. So we'll need to check how hungry you are.
Yeah. It automatically adds it. I've found.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna re-roll this here, and then I'll do the rouse.
Okay.
And that's a little better. That's
Okay.
4
That's
successes.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'll do the rouse.
Okay.
And that's a failure. So I'm hungrier.
Oh no. Okay.
What are you at now?
Hungry.
2 or 3?
I'm at 3 now.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, his inner beast is gone. We must feed.
Yes. When you look under, you're looking around, and your beast is just like, we gotta feed soon.
Oh yeah. He's calling on that Vitae to help him.
Let's show them really what we can do. If they want to call us a killer, let's be a killer.
Let's be a killer. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Let's start with the Venture.
Are you saying that out loud?
Let's start with the Venture.
Maybe.
Let's kill them all.
Oh my gosh.
The brew house, she'll help.
Yeah, well, probably. What was I supposed to roll for this?
You were going to roll investigation and intelligence.
Okay, let me go find it again. There's investigation. There's intelligence, and I'm rolling.
Okay. Nice. Okay, about the same.
That's a great roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
When you both are looking around the bed, you notice something underneath the bed.
What is that?
And what you find is 2 fingers.
Oh, don't touch those either.
It's the 2 fingers that we're missing.
Right, don't touch those.
Yes.
Don't touch those. We can tell them where it is. If you pick it up, they're going to think you've done it.
Okay, you make a fine point. You make a convincing case. Yeah. That's fair.
Zoya, you were going to...
Insight and wits.
Yes, yeah. Nice. Okay. I don't think you need to search because you, but okay. All right, you succeeded. Okay. He had said that they don't allow any outsiders to come into the building. You get the feeling he wasn't being very honest about that. That he kind of was answered too quickly, like, no, we never let anyone in here.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna just sort of I'm gonna lean in and just rest my hand on my sword hilt and just, are you sure about that? That seems unlikely.
I think if you would like to, you could use manipulation and intimidation to accentuate your point.
This is what I live for right here. Look.
I'm going to try that rouse thing again.
Okay.
Nice.
God.
Oh, that's 4 successes. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Oh, now you're hungrier.
I'm on 1 now.
Yeah,
He's-
we're good.
he-
Yeah.
He's sweating, and he's. Well, I didn't let anybody in here, and he kind of looks at his family, and they're all just staring at the floor.
You know what? It's not about blame. We're not worried about maybe necessarily who specifically let someone in. We could get to that, but who did they let in?
They all kind of quick look at each other, and the woman just speaks so quickly. There was a man, Rodriguez de Navarro. He came in. I told the others it was a mistake, that nobody should come in.
A man?
Mm-hmm.
A mortal?
Rodrigo, right?
Yeah, his name is Rodrigo de Navarro.
De Navarro. Not
That's
a mortal.
one of the kindred there, isn't it?
No,
Isn't he?
no.
Oh,
No, we haven't seen or heard anything about him yet.
okay.
So he was a Cainite.
You don't know that. You just have the name now. You don't know.
But do they know? Did he appear to be immortal, or did he? I mean, they obviously know what vampire.
Right. Good point. They say he appears to be mortal, a good God-fearing man.
Appeared to be mortal. You don't have to tell me exactly which one of you, but was it one of you who let him in, or was it another Cainite or servant, someone
they
other
all
than
look
the prince that let him in?
They all look at the old man, and he goes, "It was my mistake. I mistook him for someone else, a young man who brings bread and wine to the. I apologize."
No
and
worries.
He basically just gets ready for the punishment.
I'm not going to punish you. I can't speak for the prince, but I'm not interested in punishing you. I'm interested in finding out who's responsible for Roland's death.
And he's just like he almost looks like he's just shut down. He's like, I'm going to die. Somebody's going to drink me like a juice box until I die. So, and he's like, he just kind of just mumbles something like, it's an honor to serve. The other three don't say anything. They're just staring at the floor like, oh shit, we're going to get it next. So.
Relax.
Now, Vivi and Iskra would have probably come out and heard this part by now, because you were really just kind of in there looking around real quick and came out, so you would have seen this by now.
So this one squealed?
Yeah.
He squealed that he let him in. Did he once he let him in, did he follow him at all? Did he?
No, I lost
you
track.
Just let him in and he just free reign.
Yes.
Oh, you might die. You might. I'm sorry.
Servants these days, like you just can't. I mean, the help has just really gone downhill, right? Like
I mean, I'm not gonna harm you, but
he's gonna pull out his dagger and just start sharpening it, and I'm hungry too. Like,
you
I
didn't
wonder.
Just let him in by mistake. But you let him run like just free reign, just.
We got a pair of fingers in there. Like it's I mean, a mess on the floor. Maybe I can just make it quick here. Although the prince told me I'm not supposed to kill anybody.
Yeah, don't. No, you're not allowed. No.
Especially witnesses.
You think anybody would miss this one? I mean, I don't know.
I think we can get you a drink from somewhere else.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I guess I can. Maybe it doesn't taste good anyway.
There's three others there.
Young and hale and hearty and healthy and probably delicious. Yeah.
Maybe just take a sip from each one.
Iskra, how many are you at? Are you at one?
I'm at one.
Okay. All right. So you don't necessarily have to feed.
No. I can stand here and look intimidating.
Oh yeah, they're
we're well past that.
Oh yeah, they're basically like, we are dead. Hopefully they will make it fast.
Yes, exactly. If they let me do it, it will be. I'll show you that mercy. Yeah. I'm not without my sense of morals.
So you've found more black dust, and you found
the missing fingers under the bed.
Anything you noticed? I mean, I know you didn't touch them, but like, was there anything about the fingers that was noteworthy?
They are. I can describe them a little bit more for you. They are a very dark brown color right now, very withered up, and they look like if you touch them, they might just crumble into dust at this point.
Right, which is why I told Vivi not to touch them.
I'm very delicate with these things. I can actually,
No.
like, you know.
No! I see why I was sent to find you.
I feel like we at least need a representative of the prince, or somebody to at least see what we found in this crime scene.
You can send for Guillermo to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think we'll do that. And
Flash forward.
Also, does it seem clear, given both of our investigative capabilities, that these are in fact the same two fingers that would have come from the body?
Seems like it would be.
It would seem that way.
We don't see anyone else walking around missing fingers. Right?
You never know,
Yeah,
right?
reasonably, you can assume that they are Roland's fingers.
Yeah. And I assume, I'm sorry, I assume that the pile of the dust and everything is just basically the same kind of dried up vitae dust, whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Because you guys had examined the body before, not
Right.
up close, but enough that you recognize that blood dust, that black dust. Yeah. So.
And no petals or anything, and no flowers, no nothing in that room.
Not that I've looked at. There's too much I didn't want to see.
I get that. Yeah.
No, you do not see any flower petals here.
Interesting.
No weapon. You didn't find the dagger.
No. And it, yeah, that's very interesting too. No murder weapon. Even though it was applied with poison and things like that.
Did it look like there was a struggle, or did it look like he was caught, like, sleeping or something?
You'd have
Is the room suitably...
It's clean. It's not, doesn't look disheveled, doesn't look like there was a struggle. So perhaps somebody came and did it during the day.
Oh, could be.
One of these four here.
Could potential, but we don't have evidence of this.
Yeah.
But it would have definitely been while he was sleeping, because you're essentially defenseless then.
Right, yeah. So we're looking for this Rodrigo de Navarro character. Yeah.
We have to follow up on him. We could ask Guillermo about him, maybe?
Maybe he would know something.
Guillermo arrives, notes the condition of the room. He now sees the fingers. He did not see those before.
Right.
Of course he didn't.
And he's like, excellent work.
Yeah.
Well,
it would seem that there was someone permitted entry into the compound.
Mm-hmm. And he immediately looks over at the ghouls.
I'm so sorry.
I can.
Yeah, they're just like, we're dead.
Stop.
We're dead.
No.
We're dead.
It seemed like a genuinely honest mistake.
I'd do it for free.
But
you don't.
but there was
You gotta quit saying that. You gotta quit saying that. But we're just gonna turn you over. Say, here, we found the killer.
Okay.
It was, yeah. So it was a gentleman that apparently looks a great deal like someone who regularly delivers food to the castle or to the church, who was allowed in and then unsupervised after that. So we don't know. His name was Rodrigo de Navarro. Does that ring a bell? Probably not a medieval expression at all. Maybe it is.
I mean, it could be.
They had bells.
They had bells. Churches have bells.
Well, I don't think they had done the dead ringer thing yet. So I guess where the expression rings a bell comes from. He says it does not, but we will consult with the other locals, to see if we can track him down.
I can do that for you too. Yeah.
We did confirm that at least no one in this family that was, has seen the woman who gave us the flowers. So, but maybe they're connected.
Guillermo is going to grab the old man by the throat and hold him up. He says, I would kill you on sight, but you need to speak to the prince first. and he's just dangling like a rag doll, and he will pull the old man away. His family look like they're about to burst into tears, but keep their heads down. They're just struggling to hold back tears.
I don't know if you know, but you can keep him like that for another 30 seconds before you really cause any kind of damage. So, you got time.
He probably knows, I think.
Okay. I was just trying to help, that's all.
I know. Just
Phoebe, weren't you hungry? We need to
Yeah, you were gonna feed from. I think we talked about you were gonna have some of each one.
Yeah. I was just gonna.
If you're feeding, you can't be talking at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
This is true.
You're right. I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. You're right.
Yeah,
it's bad manners. I was told that as a child. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you're going to feed to get rid of what, like 1 dot or 2 dots?
If possible to. Yeah.
Okay.
I would just like to sample the buffet here and just go with that. So
you find the second oldest is the sweetest.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But the other two aren't bad, so you probably take a little more from him.
Yeah.
And he kind of just falls to his knees. And then the other two are gonna pick him up as you kind of walk away, just kind of wiping your mouth.
Yeah. Just dab in a little bit.
So you can remove those 2 dots.
Excellent. Okay.
Is it worth? Just thinking, is it worth? Forgot to ask the Ghoul's family if they heard anything the night that
Did they?
The night
hear
of the,
anything?
or I guess the day of the murder.
Yeah. You can ask them, but they are really going to say they really didn't hear anything. They were not all in the same place at the same time. They tend to different sections over here, different chambers, and especially during the day, they are definitely not supposed to go into any of the Cainite's chambers. I mean, so they're basically just doing other duties, away from. They go in to tend to the rooms at night when the Cainites are up and around. So,
Which is when they found him. Did one of the 3 of them that's still there find him?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything when you found him, or did you just
Immediately went for help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As one does.
Are you done feeding now, BB? You're talking again.
You can just get him a pacifier or something like that.
He's had his fill, and he's just like, as one does. Yeah, he's back to talking. The body, then.
Body, then. Yeah.
Yes. More bodies. I'm always here for the bodies. So.
Your favorite.
Right. I should not say that. Yeah.
Right.
And I think what I want to do is maybe we'll pause here,
Okay.
So that next week we can bring Matt and Ninod back in, bring them up to speed before we go to the body,
Okay.
and then potentially any interviews that you guys want to do.
I'm sure Praetor's great at intimidating people, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it is one of his skills.
He's good at it.
So, but what I wanted to do was just go. Time for a nap.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get a little bit of this started with you guys, so that, and then you have a little time to brew on some things for next week, and then, like I said, when the others are caught up, then we'll kind of jump back into that. So,
In the interim, could Zoya feed as well?
She can, yeah, and she feeds from her
probably
ladies,
Christina,
correct?
since Christina's with her. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yep.
she would go back to her chamber and do it in private.
Now
Okay.
she's a Hunger 1, though, isn't she?
Yeah, but why not take advantage of one?
Well, all I'm saying is that, like in 5th edition, usually to get to Hunger
Oh.
0, you have to actually kill somebody. So
Oh.
yeah, you actually have to train them to the point of death. I don't know if that's how
okay.
our ST wants to roll it here, but usually that's
Oh
usually
no, never
required.
mind. I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
mechanic.
You can. I mean, I kind of played a little more casual, that you're
Yeah.
able to
Mhm.
to slake a dot.
Yeah, that's what I was
but-
thinking. I didn't realize.
but to technically get down to 0, yeah, you gotta like kill somebody.
You have to do the big smurf.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to kill them. So
No. So should I just leave it at 1 then?
I would just leave it at 1 for
Okay.
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
The Iskra's at 1 right now.
Screws at 1. Okay.
We're all
right.
good.
Yeah.
One's a good hunger.
All right. So I think that's a pretty good spot. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it tonight. Like I said, tonight's a little bit shorter, but we have a lot to cover, and I want to make sure we have everybody here for that. So how's everybody feeling so
Good.
far?
Things-
Yeah. Iskra's like just wants to get away from all the church stuff, really. So she's kind of on edge a little bit, you know. And at some point, she's gonna probably rip someone apart if she needs food, you know.
I cut her some slack tonight.
Yeah.
With she was just able to like, I don't see it,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Zoya's been a great companion to her.
Yes.
I think to help kind of calm her down a little bit.
Mhm.
I know, and Vivi just
Doing the opposite.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
just doing the opposite.
Good angel. Bad angel.
We're on the shoulders. Right?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap up. Jen, you have anything you want to talk to us about?
Yeah, I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast. It's been going on for years and years. I was one of the original hosts, so now I'm the only host. And you can find it at shatteredsoulstone.com, and it talks about all of the games and whatever's going on with Activision Blizzard. Some things happened today that weren't good, but yeah, you'll find it. Episodes come out every Saturday.
Okay. I have not been following it, but I will need to listen and find out what's going on. For us, well, Saturday we have our first Vaesen game.
Yes.
We had our session 0 the other day, and we're gonna play that on Saturday. That's gonna be 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central European Standard Time. I believe I have that correct.
I have no idea.
'Cause,
No idea.
Sandra's in the Netherlands, so we'll do that. And then next week, we have our first Symbarum episode. We just had our session 0 for that.
Cool.
So that's going to get rolling, and then we're going to be back here for episode 5 of Post Mortem. So, well, thank you again, everybody, for watching. Please be sure to give us a like and subscribe, and we will see you all again next week. Good night.
Come back next week for more murders.
Bye.
Only murders in the castle, right?
Yeah.
So-
Vivi finally gets to kill someone.
Woo!
Good night, everyone.
Night.